Look at the bills in your wallet. Picture them curling into ash. That's their end state. The second the grid goes dark, money stops being real. Your credit score turns into folklore. Your savings account becomes a rumor stored on dead servers. The economy only works because everyone agrees to believe in it. When that belief collapses, the only law left is physical reality. Calories matter. Heat matters. Blood loss matters. You cannot eat digital numbers. You cannot seal a wound with a stock ticker. When everything breaks, power shifts to the people holding things you can touch, use, and trade right now. The future elite won't be rich on paper. They'll be rich in objects that solve immediate pain. Don't forget inflation charts. In the ruins, the toll for survival is practical gear, fuel, or something that calms shaking hands. Gens, you need to melt your old mindset down. Stop stacking paper value. Start stacking leverage. Delmilia, I'm going to show you 7 cheap items you walk past every week. Today they're ignored. Tomorrow they decide who eats and who doesn't. This is your real financial plan. Pay attention. First rule, small units matter. You know, when society collapses, habits don't disappear, they intensify. Alcohol doesn't stop being wanted, it becomes essential. It numbs fear, dulls pain, and restores a sense of normalcy. It's also one of the few commodities that works as currency in medicine, but most people buy it wrong. Large bottles are liabilities. Once opened, they degrade. They're hard to carry and make you obvious. Big items attract big problems. You need divisibility. Buy the tiny bottles, the Woozer milliliters plastic ones near the checkout. Cheap vodka or whiskey, no prestige, no glass. These are your coins, your pocket negotiations. When you encounter a cold, exhausted guard or a desperate gatekeeper, you don't offer something rare and flashy. You offer 2 ounces of calm. That exchange costs you pocket change and buys your freedom. It's not just trade, it's treatment. Anything over Bivendard-Surser's alcohol destroys bacterial cell walls. When antibiotics are gone, spirits disinfect wounds. They clean tools. They burn when you need fire, flammable, sterile, tradable. Stack them deep. Second rule. Control fire instantly. Stop romanticizing primitive survival. When hypothermia hits, your hands stop listening to your brain. You won't finesse sparks from stone while your core temperature crashes. You need fire now, not eventually. Bulk buy disposable butane lighters, cheap plastic, factory sealed, no refill valves to leak in your pocket. One lighter gives you thousands of ignitions. That's meals cooked, water purified. Nights survived. In a barter economy, fire is sorcery. A man freezing in the dark values flame more than gemstones. A diamond can't boil water. It can't sterilize equipment. It can't signal rescue. A lighter is controlled creation in your hand for pocket money. You own a god. Tape the triggers so they don't depress in your pack. Keep them dry. Fire is life. Guard it. Third rule, preserve biology. Salt isn't seasoning. It's infrastructure. Your body runs on electrical signals carried through salt water. Remove sodium and nerves fail, muscles seize, systems shut down. But its real power shows when refrigeration dies. Kill an animal without preservation and you've bought yourself a clock. Bacteria don't care about your plans. You can't eat an entire harvest in one day. Salt stops time. It pulls moisture out of microbial cells, collapsing them through osmosis. Meat becomes stable. Food becomes wealth. Empires fought over this mineral. Soldiers were paid in it because it was survival. After collapse, non-iodized salt isn't a grocery item. It's stored labor, stored meals, stored life. Keep it dry. It never expires. Fourth rule, exploit dependence. The modern world is quietly addicted to caffeine. Remove it and you don't get chaos. You get exhaustion, headaches, slowed thinking. You become the solution. Stockpile vacuum-sealed instant coffee. Skip fancy beans. Oil spoil. Freeze-dried granules last for years. This isn't about comfort, it's about leverage. This is pharmacology aimed straight at fatigue. Caffeine works by hijacking the brain's shutdown system. It blocks adenosine, the chemical that tells your body it's time to sleep. You don't motivate exhaustion away. You chemically override it when you need someone awake at 3:17 a.m. Guarding a perimeter in the cold, you don't give a speech, you give them a dose of bitter reality. Their eyes stay open, your pulse keeps beating, its trade value is obscene. A person deep in caffeine withdrawal will exchange food, gear, or favors just to stop the hammering inside their skull. You aren't opening a coffee shop, You're running an energy clinic. Be the only supplier in a world running on empty. Now abandon your pride. If your ego won't let you buy hygiene products, you won't last. In the field, trauma isn't cinematic. It's mechanical. A deep wound is just uncontrolled fluid loss. The solution isn't a bandage. It's internal pressure. Tampons are purpose-built for exactly that job. They're sterile, compact, and designed to absorb and expand. When shrapnel, debris, or a deep cut creates a channel, surface dressings are useless. You pack the wound. Insert the tampon into the cavity. As it expands, it presses outward, slowing bleeding and buying critical time. Sanitary pads are high-capacity dressings. They outperform standard gauze, come sealed against moisture, and have been field improvised by medics for decades. Physics doesn't care about embarrassment. Buy the heavy absorption versions. It's better to feel awkward at checkout than invisible underground. Next, water is a lie. Clear water looks safe. It isn't. Once treatment plants fail, every stream becomes a biological weapon. Parasites, bacteria, and viruses flourish immediately. In collapse scenarios, disease kills quietly and efficiently. You don't die in a gunfight, you die on a latrine floor. You must control chemistry. Stockpile purification tablets, NADCC types are lightweight, shelf-stable, and trade incredibly well. But for volume, nothing beats basic household chemistry. Unscented bleach, sodium hypochlorite, turns unsafe water into drinkable water with precise dosing. Better yet, calcium hypochlorite pool shock. One small bag can treat thousands of gallons. That's not convenience. That's generational leverage. The person who provides clean water isn't selling hydration. They're selling survival for children. That makes you untouchable. Buy it before fear drives the price into insanity. Seal wounds the smart way. You are not a surgeon. Put the needle down. Trying to stitch skin while shaking, sweating, and panicked will only trap bacteria where it can fester. You need speed, not elegance. Stockpile cyanoacrylate, industrial superglue. It was battlefield tested decades ago to keep soldiers alive long enough for evacuation. When skin splits, flush the wound, bring the edges together, and apply a thin line along the surface. Moisture triggers rapid polymerization, creating a waterproof synthetic seal. Bleeding stops. Contamination stays out. Use gel formulas. Liquid runs. It fixes boots, seals containers, repairs gear, and closes flesh. It's the cheapest stitch you'll ever own. Final lesson. Stop staring at your bank balance. That number only exists while systems function. Real wealth is heat, clean water, and the ability to stop damage from cascading. By stacking these items, you've converted imaginary value into physical control. You're no longer just a survivor. You're infrastructure. When currencies fail, you won't be begging. You'll be setting terms. And nobody negotiates harder than someone who needs what only you have. Go spend the small money now. The shelf price is about to disappear. Class over.